The Lions will be out for revenge when they take on the Jaguars in what is expected to be a thrilling encounter in Johannesburg on Friday. Despite being one of the tournament's top sides over the past 2 seasons, the home side have been on the losing side in both their previous matches against the Jaguars, although both those encounters were played in Buenos Aires. The Lions will be brimming with confidence as they head into this clash after claiming a 29-16 victory over the Stormers in Cape Town last weekend. That triumph was a morale-boosting one for head coach Johannes Ackermann and his troops, as it was a statement of intent from them against the team who have emerged as their biggest rivals in South Africa, and it also handed the Stormers their first defeat of the season. Both these sides employ expansive game plans, so don't be surprised if this is a free-flowing affair. Unsurprisingly, both teams are amongst the front-runners in the competition's statistics for meters gained, with the Lions in 5th position, 3,438, and the Jaguars in 6th place, 3,392. The Lions are also third for defenders beaten, 167, while the Jaguars are 4th, 163. The Jaguars have several exciting players in their ranks, although an area of concern is their discipline, or lack thereof. The men from Buenos Aires have already amassed 9 yellow cards this season, which is more than one per match. The Lions have won their last 9 home games, scoring at least 34 points in each of those matches. The Jaguars have won just 2 of their 12 away games in Super Rugby, losing 10, although both victories were registered in South Africa. Raul Perez's charges have recorded the lowest scrum, 74%, and line-out, 79%, success so far this season. Lions pivot Elton Jantjies has scored 73 points in his 6 games this season, and his average of 12.2 points per game is the highest of any player. The last time the teams met, the Jaguars beat an understrength Lions side 36-24 in Buenos Aires in round 3 after leading 21-7 at halftime. Both sides scored 4 tries apiece, with Joaquin Tuculet, Ramiro Moyano, Geronimo de la Fuente and Nicolas Sanchez dotting down for the Jaguars. Lions skipper Warren Whiteley scored a brace for the Lions, and Jacques van Rooyen and Malcolm Marx also crossed the whitewash for the visitors. Players to watch: although the Lions have plenty of attacking threats across the park, openside flanker Jaco Kriel is a player who should have a huge influence on this clash. Kriel has impressed at the breakdown but also shown in attack and possesses a superb turn of speed, and he should test the Jaguars' defense once he builds up a head of steam. If the Jaguars want to end the Lions' winning streak in Johannesburg, much will depend on the performance of experienced fly-half Nicolas Sanchez. The Argentine international's game management will be crucial, and he will also be expected to unleash his dangerous outside backs with his impressive playmaking skills. Team news: Lions head coach Johannes Ackermann has made 4 changes to his run-on side. In the back line, there is one enforced change, with Harold Vorster starting at inside centre in place of Rohan Jansz van Rensburg, who was forced off the field with a knee injury in last weekend's win over the Stormers in Cape Town. The other changes are all in the front row, where Johannes Jonker, Armand van der Merwe and Corne Fourie start, with Ruan Dreyer, Malcolm Marx and Jacques van Rooyen providing cover. Meanwhile, fullback Andries Coetzee will make his 50th Super Rugby appearance. Meanwhile, Jaguars head Raul Perez has made 6 changes to his starting lineup. In the forwards, there are 2 changes, with Tomas Lezina and Benjamin McComb replacing Pablo Matera and Leonardo Senator at blindside flank and number 8 respectively. As for the backs, there will be a new halfback pairing, as scrum half Felipe Escura and fly half Nicolas Sanchez take over from Gonzalo Bertranu and Santiago Gonzalez Iglesias. Meanwhile, there are 2 alterations to the back 3. Ramiro Moyano takes over from Joaquin Tuculet at fullback, while Bautista Escura comes in on the left wing for Emiliano Boffelli. Amongst the replacements, Ignacio Larrague comes into the matchday squad as lock cover, while Joaquin Diaz Bonilla is one of the backline reserves. Form: the Lions started their campaign with victories over the Cheetahs and Waratahs before they suffered that defeat against the Jaguars in round 3. Since then, they have beaten the Reds, Kings, Sharks, and Stormers. Apart from that win against the Lions, the Jaguars beat the Kings in their opener before losing to the Stormers in round 2. They also beat the Cheetahs and Reds in Buenos Aires before losing to the Sharks in Durban and the Bulls in Pretoria. Prediction: the home side are on a high and will take revenge for their loss in the corresponding fixture in Buenos Aires. Lions to win by 15 points. Previous results: 2017, Jaguars won 36-24 in Buenos Aires. 2016, Jaguars won 34-22 in Buenos Aires. 2016, Lions won 52-24 in Johannesburg. The teams: Lions, 15 Andries Coetzee, 14 Madosh Tambwe, 13 Lionel Mapoe, 12 Harold Vorster, 11 Courtnall Skosan, 10 Elton Jantjies, 9 Ross Cronje, 8 Warren Whiteley, 7 Ruan Ackermann, 6 Jaco Kriel, 5 Franco 4 Andries Ferreira, 3 Johannes Jonker, 2 Armand van der Merwe, 1 Corne Fourie. Replacements: 16 Malcolm Marx, 17 Jacques van Rooyen, 18 Ruan Dreyer, 19 Lourens Erasmus, 20 Quagga Smith, 21 Fuf de Klerk, 22 Jacques Nel, 23 Sylvian Mahuza. Jaguars: 15 Ramiro Moyano, 14 Santiago Cordero, 13 Matthias Orlando, 12 Geronimo de la Fuente, 11 Bautista Escura, 10 Nicolas Sanchez, 9 Felipe Escura, 8 Benjamin McComb, 7 Rodrigo Baez, 6 Tomas Lezina, 5 Marcos Creamer, 4 Guido Petty, 3 Ramiro Herrera, 2 Augustin Creevy, c. 1 Lucas Nogueira Paz. Replacements, 16 Roberto 6 Tomas Lezana, 5 Marcos Creamer, 4 Guido Petty, 3 Ramiro Herrera, 2 Augustin Creevy, c. 1 Lucas Nogueira Paz. Replacements, 16 Roberto Teacher Rizo, 17 Santiago Garcia Bada, 18 Enrique Pireto, 19 Ignacio Larregu, 20 Pablo Madera, 21 Gonzalo Bertranu, 22 Joaquin Diaz Bonilla, 23 Emiliano Boffelli. Date, Friday, April 21st. Venue, Emirates Airlines Park, Johannesburg. Kickoff, 19.00 local, 17.00 GMT. Referee, Rohan Hoffman, Australia. Assistant referees, Damon Murphy, Australia. James Leckie, Australia. TMO, Ian Smith, Australia.